To recast or not to recast T'Challa, and whether or not
Mm.
Marvel is kind of using Chadwick Boseman's death mainly for profit. So people, Black Panther 2 is coming out. It's primed to be probably one of the biggest movies of the year, probably one of the most anticipated movies of the year.
I'm gonna
Um,
say it right now. It's gonna be one of the best written Marvel movies in the phase, or it's gonna be one of the best written Marvel movies within at least maybe about 5 years of Marvel movies. I'm just giving it that at the minimum.
nice. And what were your thoughts on the trailer?
Beautiful, man. It was beautiful, man. Like I said, I felt like when a lot in the trailer, like they were answering that one question of the CG shit, and I feel like they was kind of giving you like, look, it's gonna be a little bit more practical than what we showed you, or the budget is a little bit more better. We spice it up a little bit. 'Cause they use CG parts and shit. They go as far as CG, well, they'll use CG parts of a car getting toned off or something. So I know they're gonna do that and everything, but I feel like it's it's gonna be something, man. Because fuck, man, it's fucked up, but you have a real life thing going on that happened. You know what I'm saying? And now it's being incorporated in media. It's on some what's his name? What's his name when he had that damn movie when he was just being recorded all goddamn day? It was Jim Carrey in it. It was on some
Truman
shit
Show.
like that. Truman Show. Yep, the Truman Show. It's like a Truman. It's like some Truman Show shit. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna play into the fucking mythos of Marvel. So it's kind of hard to say let's recast T'Challa. His death is being played in the mythos of Marvel and in real life.
Yeah. What is your opinion on recasting Shaw? Do you think they should have done that?
Uh, no, no.
Okay.
I feel like it's fine the way it is. If they do want to bring back a Black Panther, give it to his sister, just like in the comics. This is a fine time to just go ahead and give it to his sister, and then guess what? When little T'Challa grow up, y'all can do a time jump, whatever y'all want to do. Then bring in one, or bring in one from another dimension. Like another child T'Challa or something like that. But yeah, nah, it's cool, man. Let it be a sister.
So there's a growing hashtag online recast T'Challa. A lot of people bringing up, that they should recast the character. And one of the things they bring up is evidence as to why they should bring up what recast the character. You do have a quote from Chadwick Boseman's brother. I believe he gave it to TMZ. I'll pull up the quote of him saying that Boseman would have wanted, them to recast the character and for the character to, you know, kind of live on. You know what I mean? And instead of just killing off the character. With the recast T'Challa kind of discussion, I kind of go back and forth. You know what I mean? Because I see kind of both sides on it. I see why you would want to recast T'Challa because we've barely even gotten the character. He's only had one movie. Yeah, he's appeared in big team up things like Civil War, Infinity War. He only showed up at like the last 10 minutes or so of Endgame. So I get why you would want to recast the role and get a new T'Challa in there because we haven't had much time with the character, and the character was really supposed to be this big pivotal character in the entire universe. And then people bring up like we've had multiple, Batmans and Spider-Mans and all these other different characters. Why can't we have multiple, actors come in and play T'Challa? And I think it's a different situation because with those ones you didn't have an actor die and then you had to immediately recast them. Kind of midway through your franchise. People the closest the thing is like Heath Ledger as the Joker, who while doing Dark Knight a few months after that movie finished, Heath Ledger passed away. We didn't get another Joker until 8 years later because of
Mm-hmm.
Jared Leto in Suicide Squad. So it's almost close to a decade before we got another
Mm-hmm.
Joker. And then Christopher Nolan was like, there was original, I think, concepts to have Joker in the third Batman movie. but they
Mm-hmm.
scrapped that, because of the passing of Heath Ledger. Um, and with like you said, the trailer, I did like the trailer. I think the trailer for Wakanda Forever is one of the best MCU trailers they've done. I mean, just the combination of
Mm-hmm.
No Woman No Cry, the Bob Marley song, and then Kendrick Lamar's All Right, I thought it was like a beautiful kind of combination. And
Next to the Infinity War trailer.
yeah, yeah, probably next to the Infinity War. I mean, they've had a lot of good trailers. I think this is one of the top trailers they've had, like Infinity War Endgame. I think this is like one of the top trailers.
Mm-hmm.
They've had with the MCU. So with them not, you see kind of like also it's with the cast and crew, maybe a way to process, what I mean, them losing Boseman because he didn't tell anybody that he, had cancer. So his, that's why his passing was such a, dramatic shock to a lot of people. And you see kind of like the emotion that you see in the trailer of like Angela Bassett who gives like that emotional speech, and you'll see like the scene of Shuri crying. It's almost like you feel like that's channeling that real life sadness, what I mean, of
Mm-hmm.
losing Boseman there, which kind of makes it even more added emotion to it.
Man, just don't blame it on the blip, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll fuck around and do some shit where they'll blame it on the blip. Now you gotta blame. Now you gotta make other shit happen for the motherfuckers that got blip. Don't blame it on the blip. That's all I want them to do. Do not do the story on that where he dies because they blame it on the blip. Let's just no. Let's not do that.
In regards to Chadwick Boseman's brother, so I have it right here, what he said, and this is from People Magazine. So I'll pull it up on screen right here. So it says Chadwick Boseman's brother Derek is on board with his late siblings' Black Panther's role being recast, so T'Challa can continue inspiring Black fans of superhero films. Derek told TMZ Tuesday that though Boseman didn't specifically say before his death that he would want his role with another actor, he is confident that the actor was aware the character was bigger than himself. Um, so that's what he said. And let's see. In November, Marvel VP of Development Nate Moore reflected on the decision not to recast Boseman's character for the franchise's future films. During an appearance on the Ringerverse podcast, I'm being quite honest, you will not see T'Challa in the MCU 616 universe. He said at the time, referencing the primary timeline for the events of the Marvel comics, we couldn't do it. Moore added when Chad passed, it was a real conversation we had with director Ryan Coogler about what would we do, and it was a fast conversation. It wasn't weeks, it was minutes. We had to figure out how to move that franchise on without the character because I think we all feel so much T'Challa in the MCU on screen is tied to Chadwick's performance. Yeah, so that's what his brother said about it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of kind of large implications when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
Being a black superhero, there's not that many, especially in the MCU in these movies.
This
Um,
is this is just their chance, man. I think what they're gonna do, man. They're gonna Shuri is gonna be. She's gonna have a costume or whoever that is in Black Panther, and they're gonna also bring back Mike B.
you think they're gonna be back him as Killmonger?
Yeah, man.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I like
man.
that. If that rumor turns out to be true, I don't know if I like that. I know some people want that. I don't know
No,
if I particularly like that.
I don't want it either, but I think that might happen.
People did really like Killmonger, and people did like his villain character. Um,
Mm.
I mean, but it doesn't look like because you see at the end of the trailer when you see, the suit, it looks like more of a female type figure a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I would probably want Nakia. Personally, Lupita Nyong'o's
Mm-hmm.
character.
Me,
Um,
that's what I said too. I said the same shit.
yeah. Why would you want Nakia?
Emotion. I
Mm,
think that's. I mean, his sister, yes, but his sister is an inventor, not a fighter,
mm-hmm.
and Lupita is a fighter. So by her being a mother and shit like that, and I think ain't she supposed to have a son in the movie or something?
That's the rumor. So if you care
Yeah.
about rumors, but the rumor is that she is pregnant with T'Challa's son, and
Okay.
that
So
she's gonna have a son, and he's gonna be named T'Challa as well. That's
that's
like the
gonna be
rumor.
that's gonna be great. Like that'll be great, man. Like it's just it'll add to the emotion. Then you won't have to put anybody next to her. It just be Lupita's film. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Riri and what's the name is just gonna team up and be building shit. And she gonna build her a nice little Wakandan mech suit or whatever, and they gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Shuri, I mean, even though there's kind of like this new debate about, like, let's say if it is Shuri, because she's supposed to be, Namor is supposed to be, looks like it's going to be the big bad of the film, is that how is she going to fight against Namor when, she's kind of more, like you said, the brains, she's more of the inventor, not really the fighter, even though she was at the battle in Endgame, she was there. But
Yeah, but what she was doing, she was just shooting with her hands.
yeah, shooting those like kind of Power Rangers Panther looking gauntlets or whatever. She was
Hmm.
kind of mainly she's not as maybe as skilled a fighter as T'Challa was. It's kind of looked at maybe brain and brawn. T'Challa, even though T'Challa was incredibly intelligent himself. I mean, he created the first Black Panther suit, but Shuri was
Hmm.
always looked at somebody that was like god level intelligence. And everything like that.
And too, when you first seen Lupita's character, what she was doing, she was in a camp. She was already undercover. She was getting ready to take the motherfuckers out.
Yeah,
She ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, with the emotion, the tiny emotion, it would have to be Lupita, man.
yeah.
It's gonna be Bucky. Shut up.
Oh, who said that?
It's her Tiger.
Oh,
It's gonna
Tiger
be
GD said
Bucky.
that. He said it's gonna be Bucky. Yeah, pull off the cut. He's gonna be the what do you call it? The White Wolf. The
White
White Wolf
Wolf.
was gonna make an
Yeah.
appearance.
He might
Uh,
be in the movie though. I bet you he might be in the movie though, because I don't think they can keep him out. You know, I think he might fuck around and appear in the movie though.
I
You
don't
know what
know.
I'm saying? Because he's tied to Wakanda.
Yeah, Bucky. Yeah, he set up shop in Wakanda. He was like, man, I love it here. It's great. You know what I mean?
Huh?
I'm just hanging out, enjoying it. Uh,
They held him up there for a couple years.
yeah. Javon Good said they're gonna pan up and it's gonna be Jamie Foxx. Yeah.
Tyrese.
Javon Good said, I think the shot in Black Panther in the trailer is a fake out. And they've known to do that. They've known to like replace stuff, remove stuff,
Mhm.
digitally and everything like that in the trailers, stuff like that. Um, do you think
Yeah, but
Marvel is using Boseman's death? You know, exploiting it.
shit. Yeah, shit. The fucking video game was using Bozeman's death. So yeah, of course they are, but they must be paying him very handsomely. You know, they must be receiving some on that back end because you don't hear none of his peoples complaining.
Yeah,
So I think they say as long as you do it respectfully, you know what I'm saying, I think it's fine. And I think they're more so just you know, preserving his legacy for his fans, you know, those people and stuff like that. So yeah, hey, it's pretty cool, man. He gonna live on, you know what I'm saying, with that stamp of being one of the coolest and one of the best Marvel movies that came out. You know, it's definitely in the top five of Marvel movies. So
yeah. Um, in terms of Marvel using Boseman's death, yeah, I mean that's what companies kind of do. I mean they exploit a lot of stuff, and I think with his death, obviously, even if they did recast the role, Chadwick Boseman's death was going to loom over this movie. Because if the trailer came out with a new T'Challa, but everybody would have been like, "How is he going to compare to Boseman?" And you can't really replace Boseman, and Boseman is so tied to the character and everything like that. So his death was always going to loom over this movie, no matter what you did, recast or not recast. And yeah, I mean, I think a lot of this thing is selling point is like, hey, this is a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, who's an amazing actor. Don't you want to go see it? Don't you want to go check it out? Pay tribute to him. And I think they're really pushing that angle. And I don't know who runs Chadwick Boseman's Twitter account. I don't know, like, is he, he still has his official Twitter account. They tweeted out, like, the account tweeted out the trailer for Wakanda Forever, and then some people were saying that's distasteful or whatever. I don't know who runs that account. I don't know. It could be his family or not. I don't really know. But
mhm.
yeah, but this film being a big tribute to him. I mean, you see like in the trailer, there's a big memorial. You know what I mean? They have on the walls of him, and you see like there's even gonna be like a funeral in the movie. And I think for the cast and
Yeah,
crew, it seems like gonna be like this must have been really emotional for them. I think I for the cast and crew, I sense more genuine intentions from them of Ryan Coogler and the people that worked on the movie. What were you gonna say?
nah, I don't know. I think part of that shit too is like I think it was what people was. I think part of that shit might be like I said, a little fake out too, because I think they're gonna play it just off the blip. Uh, but Shuri, did Shuri get blipped?
Yeah, she got blipped.
She got blipped. Okay, so I don't. Yeah, I think they playing it off of the blip still. And I think even when you see Shuri, that's probably like a breaking point in the movie of like what they're gonna do. Uh, but I think Namor and all this shit. I think they gonna be going to war with Wakanda maybe during the blip. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of this shit might happen during the blip. Like, what if they do some? Well, I guess they really can't do that, but yeah, I guess not. Yeah, you can't really make that. See, my thing of it is where is they starting this from, right? So, because if they're gonna fake it out, like where are they starting this from? Are they starting this from the blip? Are they starting this exactly after the blip? Because we do want to kind of see how Wakanda was affected with the blip. You know, the other tribes moving, the other tribes, was there wars going on? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, people still want to know the history of what happened over there too during the blip.
Yeah. Tiger GD says, I hear T'Challa dies of food poisoning because he invited CIA to the cookout.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, even though maybe some people says I don't think I'm gonna watch it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people will just because they want to figure out, okay, how are they gonna do it? How are they
Mm.
gonna do this whole thing and without Chadwick Boseman and what it's gonna be like and who's gonna be the new Black Panther? Is it gonna be Shuri? Is it gonna be someone else? I mean, so I think there's a lot of anticipation going into it for that reason. And I think there's of course some exploitation with Marvel doing what they're doing with Boseman's death. To a degree of that exploitation there, trying to build that up, and if you had to, let's say you did have to recast T'Challa, I
Mhm.
mean, who would you pick if you did?
Shit, man, I'll pick a motherfucker that's playing Mike.
Mike?
Yeah, the guy that's playing Mike Tyson on the that Hulu show that's coming out. But
Oh,
he,
Trevante Rhodes.
yeah, but he a little short though. You know what I'm saying? I think Black Panther in the comics is a little bit more regular man height, but he can fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would pick him. Maybe I would pick. God damn. Man.
Tiger GD said the dude from the first Purge. He's talking about that the guy. I did like that actor. I'll
Oh
pull up his
yeah.
name, but I did like him. Actually, when I saw that movie, I was like, this dude would make a good Blade. When I saw that movie, the first
Uh,
Purge, I was like, this dude would
yeah.
make a good Blade.
I don't know. I can't think of nobody else, man. To be honest with you, besides him. And I think he'll make a great blade too. He just be a little ass blade. But
Yeah. And like guys like Trevante Rhodes and
I can
oh,
see Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
I can
I
see
mean,
Jamie Foxx.
he was Electro. He was already Electro in the MCU. He showed up.
Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, and you know what? They could have actually left him out of that Spider-Man shit. And they could have probably cast his ass as fucking T'Challa or some shit like that. That shit would have been global.
Wyland Knoll is the guy from the first Purge. Yeah, I liked him. I thought, I was like, this guy would make a good Blade. Some people said Yahya Abdul Mateen, he'd be pretty good. From every.
Hell, Job Boy ain't good. Hell no. Yeah, yeah. That motherfucker head too big though, man.
His hair's too big.
Man, that motherfucker head is huge, brother.
Yeah.
That motherfucker head is too big. And I don't think he can fight. I don't think he can really get out. He's just
Well, I
tall.
mean, nobody's really fighting. I mean, it's a nobody's
Oh
really.
man, but you gotta sell it though to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's different with I don't know, with choreography you gotta sell it. You know what I'm saying? They can give a damn if you know how to fight. Can you sell it? Like when I watch The Matrix now and I look at they fight scenes, I think that shit is a little dry compared to what we see like in the John Wick now. You know.
Javon Good said John David Washington is his number one choice.
Jonathan Washington do it. He a little short though. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's on this list. I can't have him being short. You could make John David Washington Wolverine because Wolverine is short, and I always vouch for that. It should have been a shorter dude.
Yeah. Because Wolverine, I mean, in the comic, Wolverine's like 5'2". He's like 5'2"
Hmm.
in the comics. I mean, John David Washington's, I think he's like average height. I think he's like 5'10", 5'9". I think it's like average height
Hmm.
for a guy. Oh yeah, he's 5'9", so it's like average height.
I
Yeah.
doubt. Yeah.
Um, Van Lathan. I don't know if you know who that is.
Hmm.
You know who Van Lathan is?
Yeah.
Um,
TMZ.
Yeah, he left TMZ. He's on the Ringer now. He does some shows for them. He discussed about the whole recasting of T'Challa. Now he's on the side of recasting the character. He gave, I think, a very nice statement about it. I'm gonna play it a little bit. It's 4 minutes long. I'm not gonna play all the 4 minutes. I'm kind of gonna skip through it a little bit. But I thought he had he made some very good points about it and about why you should kind of recast the character. I'm gonna play it a
It
little
at
bit
all
here.
that 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 does his memory right, right? You know. Here's the thing: the reason why I feel so strongly about this is not even because of T'Challa. We lost Chadwick Boseman to cancer at age 44. That is an obscene, unspeakable tragedy, and what he went through to do that silently and to act and perform for children and for people like myself who had worshiped these stories for so long is one of the more brave or heroic things I've ever seen an actor do. Losing a black man to a disease at 44 is very realistic, unfortunately. Our life expectancy is not quite what it is for other people in this country. We die sooner. We have diabetes. We have HIV and AIDS. We have heart conditions. You know, we get cancer. We pass away, and it's sad. And we try to tell each other, "Hey, man, watch yourself. Do better. Whatever, whatever." It's sad. It's a sad fact of the bullshit, putrid life sometimes that it is to be black in America. It's beautiful, and we love it. But sometimes we have to deal with things that other people don't have to deal with. For me, T'Challa lives forever. Like he lives forever. Like he doesn't die based upon what happens to us in the real world. T'Challa was here when I was 9.
Yeah, and then he kind of goes on to talk about the character meaning much to him at his age and then his kid's age at a young age of like 9 years old. How that character is and just of the realities of the real world. Kind of bringing in like I said of larger implications there with this kind of black character there that you kind of have to maybe take into account. Do you think
Hmm.
that's kind of a fair assessment there?
Yeah, yeah, man. It's gonna live forever, man. Like, yeah, you got, you, yeah. But it's such a sensitive thing, and I was trying to catch it because I couldn't really hear it through the Discord, so I kind of caught it on the stream.
Yeah.
But was he really for? Because he was saying I caught when he was saying it would live on forever and everything. Was he really for like recasting or no?
Yeah, because he said the character of T'Challa, you know what I mean, has to kind of continue on. Like that character can't die. And he brought up
Yeah,
at the start of the video, how yeah, life expectancy for black people in America is a lot kind of lesser than other
yeah,
races, because of medical things and
yeah.
situations like that. So
I wouldn't, and I wouldn't. Okay, so I mean, yeah, and look, that's cool that he gets to live on and get to live in that world, but yeah, they definitely is already opening up to that where they're already gonna be able to recast T'Challa. I think they're gonna have another T'Challa or a different T'Challa from another world or whatever.
yeah.
So yeah, I think so. I think so. I think that's gonna happen definitely. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, but I think that T'Challa of that world is gonna be memorialized, and every time we go back to that world, and we'll see that T'Challa. But other than that, yeah, I think it'll definitely happen. But he still will be memorialized, though. You know what I'm saying? Because he still will be cemented in those first couple movies. You know what I'm saying? And then when this next movie come out, it'll just be we're already in the multiverses era, so any fucking thing could happen.
Yeah. Tiger GD mentioned he's still alive in the comics. He'll still be in the video games, animated movies. Well, I don't know if you listen to what's going to happen with this new Black Panther video game. He's not going to be there, but
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I see his point with the the thing about the character, and like you said, it's the multiverse. If there's a big enough call to it, they can always just get another T'Challa from the multiverse or something like that,
Hmm.
and bring him in there. If the rumors are true that Lupita Nyong'o's character is pregnant in it and she's gonna have a son T'Challa, then it's kind of like okay, that's a new T'Challa there that people can like. So these Marvel movies, if they go on for I don't know 10, 15 more years, you can have a new Black Panther as T'Challa, you know what I mean, or whatever, and stuff like that in the universe. So, yeah, I mean, you kind of got that kind of going on.
I
But,
think they just still gonna give it to his son down the line. He's just gonna grow up.
yeah. So you kind of have like a new Black Panther now, and then his son's going to grow up and then be the new Black Panther, you think?
I mean, I would want his son to grow up and be a new Black Panther in that world, but I mean, they might end up bringing in a Black Panther just to come into the 616 for a little bit, just to fill in and shit, and he'll end up, making his way back home or some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I taught the boy I taught the boy up to this age. Now he can go be Black Panther. Damn it, sir.
I think that's more of like a what was that from Coming to America? What country was that they were from? The fictional country?
Zimbabwe, I don't know, Zimbabwe.
No, Zimbabwe's a real country. It was like
Oh,
a fake country. It was like Zamunda. That's more like a Zamunda
Zamunda,
accent.
yeah, Zamunda,
It's
Zamunda.
more like Zamunda. Yeah, but yeah. So that was Black Panther. That was a discussion on that to recast or not to recast. Let us know what you think in the comments below. What you think whether or not they should do it or not, and your reason behind it. And are you excited to see Wakanda Forever?